Hey there everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to head off to Hobby Lobby, and you all know that I like to take you through the store with me and point out those pieces that will really help to elevate your space and give it a more expensive feel. And the best part is that a lot of these pieces are designer dupes, so they look a lot more expensive than they are, and we can get them for those amazing Hobby Lobby prices. Obviously, not everything at Hobby Lobby is expensive looking, which is why I like to take you all through the store and point out some of the pieces that are, so that way next time you're in the store, you can kind of recognize some of the things. And then we'll come back home and I'll show you everything that I found for my own space and how I'm planning to style it. So hopefully you get some fun home decorating ideas for your own space. So should be a fun video, and without further ado, let's head off to Hobby Lobby. Okay, so here we are at Hobby Lobby, and one of the first spots that I like to check out is the faux stem section. And something that I was really excited to see here were these new tall olive stems. And because florals were 40% off this week, these stems were only $10 each. And that is such a steal because I've shown you all the giant olive branch in our living room that I got from the West Elm outlet, and that retails for over $100, and you could get a very similar look with just two of these stems. They are really tall, and I feel like the leaves on them look super lifelike. Not only that, but they appear to be a replica of the ones that they sell at Crate and Barrel for $60 a stem. So definitely a really good deal if you want something that looks more high-end for your faux greenery. Another all-time favorite of mine are these super realistic garden roses, and these were $4 per stem and seriously look just like the roses that I have growing in my backyard. I love that English style cabbage rose and how they have multiple stages of blooms on there. I think that helps it to look a lot more lifelike, and I actually mixed these in with some greenery a couple years ago, and I love the fresh look that it gives to my space for spring. And I also really loved these stems. They were $6 each, and they kind of had a real touch feel to them, and I love that subtle mauve coloring that they had, and these would also look really pretty just gathered and stuck in with some greenery as well. Another spring favorite are these cosmos. These are so sweet, and they're only $4 a stem, and I've used these exact ones in floral arrangements in the past, and they're great for that because they help to give off that wild gathered feel, and these stems specifically have a really nice movement to them. And I also really like that the greenery on the stems looks lifelike, and it just kind of seems like they were freshly cut from the yard, so they have more of a realistic feel, and they also come in different colors. And then my last spring floral pick is this stunning magnolia stem. These were $15 each, but because they are so large, you'd only need a couple to fill out a vase, and they look almost identical to the ones that they sell at A Floral, which is a more upscale faux flower online retailer. Another decor piece that you should definitely be buying at Hobby Lobby are their mirrors, and they seriously have some insane prices on pieces that look a lot more expensive, like this burlwood mirror. And burlwood is very big on all of the designer sites right now, and you can find a super similar looking mirror on Pottery Barn for $800, while this one is only $75. Same thing with this arched black floor mirror. It looks just like the Pottery Barn one, but instead of being $700, it's only $125. And I love the lines on this piece. Arches can help to soften a space, and this would be really beautiful in a hallway or a bedroom. And they just had so many beautiful and affordable options here, whether you're looking for a bathroom mirror, a floor mirror, or something to hang over a mantle. I was really impressed with the designs and the prices. Something else that I've been seeing a lot on designer sites are these beautiful equestrian prints, but they're typically $300 to $400, which is just insane. So when I saw this one for only $12, I was really excited, and these would be pretty popped into a gallery wall, and they did have both a black horse or a brown horse option to choose from. Another insane deal that I spotted was this handled wood bowl on clearance for $12.50, and I loved the deeper chocolate brown color with the slight distressing on the wood. This would be really beautiful as a catch-all piece on a lighter surface, maybe something like a marble or a lighter stained wood. We have a similar one that I found at a local antique store, and I love the warmth and character it adds, so this would be a great affordable option to get a similar look. And another thing that I always like to look for here are baskets, and I found these really beautiful lidded woven baskets that look like the ones that they sell at Serena and Lily for over $100 each, and I actually have some similar ones that I found at HomeGoods that I used to store store things in our bedroom. And I love these so much because they have a lid, so you can store anything inside and they just hide all of that clutter away and it's out of sight, and they're still super aesthetic while being practical. And another practical decor piece are wall baskets because they don't take up a ton of space, but they help to add a lot of warmth and texture to a room. And we have a similar hanging basket that I hung over our cooktop area, and what's great about this piece is that I felt like it was an outdoor wicker material, so it could probably withstand the elements if you hung it somewhere like a front door. And they also had this one on clearance for $5. Definitely a little bit smaller, and you could only fit a couple of stems in here, but you definitely cannot beat that $5 price tag. Another newer item that I was super excited to see was this burgundy garland, and this garland was on sale for $20, and it looks really similar to the one that they sell on A-Floral for $46. And I purchased 2 of those garlands last year to use in my fall decorating, and I love how this is a much more affordable option to give you a super similar look. I also noticed that there are a lot of great options for entertaining. These fringe linen French napkins looked so high-end and expensive, and they were only $4.50 for a set of 2 napkins, and I just love the casual organic look that they would give to a tablescape. And I also like to use distressed breadboards and cutting boards styled against my backsplash, and those can be pretty expensive, so I like that they had a distressed look to these, but they were really affordable at under $20. So something else that I'm obsessed with are ceramic pieces that have a rustic finish on them. I love that each piece is different because it has to do with how the glaze reacts when it's fired and how hot it gets in the kiln and where it's placed in the kiln. So when I stumbled across this rustic glaze pottery collection, I was so excited. They had a large fruit bowl, some salt and pepper shakers, canisters, plates, mugs, all kinds of stuff. So if you need some new pieces for your kitchen and you like that casual elegance, this collection could be a really great option. They're also all microwave and dishwasher safe, which is nice and convenient too. Something else that I was really excited to see this year were planters, and I immediately locked in on this faux concrete distressed planter. These were plastic but gave off the look of a real heavy stone planter, and I love the look of stone pots in a garden. They help to give off that casual, rustic, almost Mediterranean feel to a patio or an outdoor space, and you could layer different sizes of these together for a high-end looking container garden. They definitely had lots of options here to choose from, no matter what style of garden you're going for. Okay, so we're back home from Hobby Lobby, and now it's time to show you all of my fun finds that I found for my own space. And this first item I have seen several times there, and every single time I'm like, ooh, that is nice. And then I pass it up, and then I always wish that I bought it. So this time I just pulled the trigger and I got it, and it is this gorgeous handled charcoal vase. Now, this guy was $25.99. I did not buy mine on sale because I was impatient and I wanted to have it to show you all in this video, but theoretically I would have waited. Our Hobby Lobby is like 30 minutes away, so I was like, ugh, I'll just pay the extra, but this does go on sale. So it usually goes on sale for 50% off, which is such a steal considering they sell very similar looking vases on designer sites. These look like those antique water vessels. Those are sold for like over $150, sometimes over $200, and this guy was under $30. So that is such a steal. I love the handle detail, and what sold me on this piece specifically was the shape. They had a lot of black charcoal distressed vases, but I just love the shape of this one. You all know that I love to style my space with antiques or pieces that look like they're old, and this definitely looks like it's a true antique. And what's great about that is that those are so expensive, and this was just a fraction of the price. So this would be really pretty just used as a styling piece. You could pop it on a shelf. I also popped some stems in it when I was at the store, and I just had this vision and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get the stems. So surprise, the next item is this really beautiful bunch of Ranunculus stems. Now these were $8.99 each, so they were on sale for 40% off. So it was like $5.40 per stem. And that is such a good deal considering they sell very similar similar looking ranunculus stems over on a floral for like $22 a stem. So you can get the same exact look for a fraction of the price. And I love these stems so much. What I really appreciate about these stems is, number one, the greenery on them looks to be super realistic. I feel like a lot of times with faux floral stems, the greenery just looks super fake, and that's what gives it away that it's an artificial flower. But the coloring on these is super lifelike, and they do feel like real touch. So they definitely have a very natural look to them. And I've mentioned this before on my channel, but another thing that I like to do when I'm styling my stems is just to give the stems little bends. So it makes them appear like they're actually growing in nature. You know, nothing in nature is like perfectly straight. So that's why I like to just give them a little bit of a bend. You know, you don't want to give them 90-degree angle zigzags, but you just kind of want to give those like little natural bends to the stems, so it helps it to look a little bit more realistic. I bought 4 total, so it was just over $20, and I love how these look in the black charcoal vase. This is perfect to pop on a nightstand or use as a little accent piece. You could put this on a dining table. It'd be pretty on a kitchen countertop or on a nightstand or a desk. There's so many places that this can go. Also, you could pop it on a countertop in a bathroom. So definitely one of those versatile pieces that's a great investment, because you can use it all over your space. When you get tired of it, you could just pop it somewhere else, which that's really what I like to do. So these florals just really help to add a beautiful touch of spring to my space. So definitely a really great find that looks a lot more expensive than it is. Okay, so this next piece is probably the biggest steal of this entire haul. Actually, I don't know though, that vessel was a really good deal too. I don't know, you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. But I found this gorgeous lumbar pillow for $16. It was normally $32, but it was on sale for 50% off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this has such an expensive look to it. I've talked about this many times on my channel, but I love incorporating leather details into my space because they really help to give it a more expensive feel, because leather is a more expensive material. Obviously this is faux leather, but it has that faux patina on here, like it's real true aged leather, which I love. So I'm actually going to use this in our guest bedroom, and it's going to look so beautiful in there because we have a lot of lighter color decor pieces. You know, our duvet is light, the bed is light, we have lighter furniture, so this will kind of help to warm that up a little bit. And it also has a removable cover too, so that's nice, even though you can probably just wipe it if something spills on it, but it's nice that it is removable also. Okay, so you all know I like to do these Hobby Lobby videos quite often. I try to do like one a season, and out of all the times I've done this video, this was the first time that I've seen almost half of the store on clearance. Like seriously, probably like 40% of the store had a red sticker on it that was clearance. I don't know if they're getting rid of a bunch of stuff or if it's just my store specifically is trying to clear some inventory, but it was crazy. There was a lot of clearance. So one of the pieces that I found on clearance were these beautiful wooden candle holders, and I got these for $2.24 each. So $2.24. They were normally $8.99. So I bought all 4. There were 4 sitting there, and I was like, that is way too good of a price to pass up. And the tricky thing about these though is there's nowhere to really style these currently. What I actually bought these for is like future entertaining and holidays, because I figured that they'd be perfect to lay along a garland along the center of a table, just to kind of create a nice cozy ambiance. And I liked that they were low, so that way if you're having a conversation around a dining table, there's nothing obstructing the view, but it still just helps it to feel a little bit more elegant. And I love the wood on here. And you all know I love to decorate with anything that is wood because it gives off a more casual, natural feel, because it helps to bring the feeling of the outdoors inside. So I like that this tone of wood would contrast against our dining table, which is a little bit lighter. And I was kind of debating about getting these, so I went over to the garland section and I found this really beautiful kind of mossy garland. So I took one of these and just placed it in there to see what it would look like. And I actually really love the look of that. So that would be really beautiful to use in the spring and summertime, but you could also use this with garland in the fall or the winter time during the holidays. Definitely a really good find, and I love that I could get all 4 of these for $9. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed this little Hobby Lobby shop with me and haul. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future home decorating content. I post videos every single week, so make sure that you don't miss them. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!